And we should be live. Hello everyone, welcome to the Academy round 3 here at the Zandvoort track. We are here in the Netherlands, brand new track of course to this year's game. Unfortunately didn't get to visit it in real life. I've taken the introduction roles away from Tiger for this one, but yeah, you're joining obviously me and he'll be back in a sec, I am sure. Currently got official B2M out on track at them. Let's try and find and see if one of our top 3 from the championship is out at the moment. We've got Mr. Schumacher on an outlet. Let's go down here and try and find Aston, who I believe is on the lap. Yes, he is, coming through the middle sector now. Look at that speed he carries through the high-speed right-hander. They're braking now down into third gear for whatever this corner is called. I'm sure it has a strange Dutch name, but I cannot pronounce it. Maybe if Dutchie's in the chat, he can help us out a little bit. Here comes Aston now through the middle sector, through the second of the 2 DRS zones here, down to fourth gear, swings it in, down to third actually to get to the apex. As Geek Fusion's on the 111.3, as I'm taking to the pole for the moment, Charlie does a 10.5, and Gregster goes to the pole now on a 1 minute 10.2, probably looking at something in the 1 minute 9 here for pole, as Rick Colt, one of your top 3 in the championship, is going to go first now on 1 minute 10.2. Now Aston across line to 10.2 as well, puts him in third place, but fine margins in separating the drivers, so obviously a very short lap, so we will see the field bunched up quite a bit. But Gregster then putting himself in contention for this race straight off the bat. Let's go and see if we can find Mr. Schumacher, who's about to start his lap now. Obviously winner of the first 2 races, taken pole in Bahrain, but didn't manage to repeat that out last time out in China. I mean, Aston obviously had that spin at the first corner. He'll be looking to try and replicate from a disappointing race last time out. Got no other flags at the moment, so still under a green flag qualifying here. Very nice livery actually that Mr. Schumacher has in that car. Reminds me of the high tech from Formula 2. He's going to come through the first sector now. Let's see what the split is. Through, look at the sandbank on the outside there, absolutely crazy stuff. I think Codemaster did manage to laser scan. Oh, we've got someone off actually. And is that F1 lover? No, it is not. Give me 1 minute. It is Vike. Vike has gone off there at the court at about turn 7, I'd call that. He's still off the track and just rejoined safely then. Does rejoin offline and manages to keep everything on track. Yeah, that corner was very hard to get right. If you just clip that curve on the inside, it can send you, well, can cause you a lot of problems. We're going to have Mr. Schumacher now coming through the final 2 corners. Very easy to lock up your, to track extend here and go wide. Probably wasn't as flat on the throttle as soon as he wanted. As he invalidated his lap, he has invalidated his lap, I think. Well, he's definitely bailed on the lap. Got another car coming to the line now as well. You've got Creshold also. Oh no, I think that's an in-lap from Creshold. JMB Surreal, potentially, who's going to finish the lap, maybe? No, he's going to come into the bits. I've got Ted MC having a much better qualifying, already up in P6 on those mediums, is that? Yes, they're on the medium, so Ted already having a much better qualifying this time out, already in P6 on the medium. But Rick Holt did that 1 minute 10.2 on the mediums. That is a statement of intent if ever I've heard, and obviously the Dutch driver seems to be enjoying his home race a tad. Got Vike now out after having that little spin down at turn 7. Got Gregster now goes to the pole 1 minute 9.8, so showing what the soft tyres can do. As Vike's about 300ths up on his personal best lap time through the middle sector. That would see him improve his time, but not his position at the moment. Going to come through this very awkward left-hander, his hairpin, leading on to the second DRS straight. Nice exit though, keeps it nice and tidy. Coming down towards these 2 corners, going to swing it into the right, then hard braking for the left, down to that step. Oh, he's gone into the gravel! Oh, that's hugely unlucky for Vike. They just seems to be struggling with this tracker touch, not being able to get a clean lap in. And yeah, so that's going to be qualifying at the moment. We're entering a bit of a lull here. It looks like hello to everyone in the chat. Headed to play Dutchie. I think everyone's at the Netherlands this week, so if you do like this chat, well, we're going to have 4 races here for the next 4 days. So tune in for all of those. Tune in for all of those, I'm sure. We've got F1 lover now coming through the long banked corner. Nice end racism livery on that car. Actually does look quite nice. We're going to come through into the tricky hairpin now, down to third gear, get the car rotated, short shift to fourth, nicely done by F1 lover, down to the second DRS zone now. He should be about to complete this lap, I would have thought. 1.9 seconds down there, so he's definitely struggling on this lap. Let's cut away from him now, see if any of our top three are out. Got Aston out on another outlet. Let's see what he can do now from third place. 1 minute 9.8 is the target, obviously, set by Gregster on 3-lap-old soft tyres, so in theory, you'd expect Aston to be able to go a lot faster on these tyres, with less fuel probably. You've got yellows now, that's just a car getting out of the way as Aston's going to come through turn 1 even, through turn 2. Actually, no, the name of turn 1, it's called Tarzan, I'm pretty sure. Through turn 3, going to short shift to 4th now up the hill. Very undulating sequences, keep the car to the right hand side, swing into the left, just trying to look for the apex curves over this little track extendy bit here, and down into 7th gear, full commitment now, through the right hander, watch that curve on the left hand side, down to 6th for Aston. He's about half a tenth up on his time. That would be enough to see him improve into 2nd place, one would have thought. And now coming through this very long left-handed, he needs to go on forever. He's shift down to 3rd before he gets on the power then. So a bit of an unorthodox thing to do from Aston, very shifting down very late into the corner. So 10th up now in his time. So this should be about a 1 minute 10.1, which is still, I think, a fair bit shy of where you would hope to be. Aston, just a little bit of understeer. You saw the front sliding, he's invalidated his lap there. So that's unfortunate for Aston, certainly. As Tengel now goes to the pole for 1 minute 9.6. That's a very quick time there from Tengel. Puts himself on pole by 0.2 of a second. You haven't really seen any of our heavy hitters, if you like that phrase, I guess. Have a clean lap in at the moment. We've got Rick Holtz on the banker lap on those mediums, currently setting maybe a representative time. Now does go into 2nd place at 1 minute 9.7. What can Mr. Schumacher do now? Coming to the line, what's it going to be? It's a 1 minute 9.8, so it goes into 4th position, but still not able to dislodge Tengel from that pole position, provisional pole position at the moment. Just trying to see else we have on the lap. We've got Charlie on the lap. I think that's an in lap for Charlie. Official B2M, I believe that is also an in lap, just 1 minute 10.6. Got cars going slowly. Nothing to worry about those yellow flags, guys. Sammy now coming through turn 3 through this massively undulating sea. Oh, just a bit wide there from Sammy. Obviously, different drivers do take different lines for each corner. Probably a little bit too slow for that corner, one would have thought. Now, definitely a bit too slow for that corner. Definitely, maybe not. Maybe just prepping the tyres for another lap here. Potentially has invalidated the lap. Got Spannel in the pit. Skeek Fusion. Oh, Daniel Gaudenzi just stops at pit entrance even, sorry. Skeek Fusion now on the lap as well. As far as we know, it's not been a problem for Mr. Schumacher so far. He didn't validate his first lap, I believe, so he has only done that 1 lap on the soft, so it's effectively his banker lap. Greg's now out on a out lap at the moment, so he'll be looking to improve as well. Got 7 minutes of qualifying to go, so just over halfway through here through this qualifying session, and yeah, again, I'm going to hit a bit of a lull for maybe about 2 minutes before we get the final runs, but the car going very slow on the outside line there. Obviously, a car just ran out of fuel, might have been the official B2M, I think, and probably nothing for the stewards to have a look at there and manage to get out of the way quite nicely. We have Greg's now coming through turn 1, down to 2nd gear actually. Short shifts through 3rd into 4th, now through turns 2 and 3. Big bank corner here of turn 4, the 2nd most banked on the track, one of 2 corners to be reprofiled for F1 usage at this track. Now down through, probably my favourite part of the track, it's like a undulating roller coaster, up and down, you're going left and right, high speed, flat out, through this corner now, massive sandbank on the outside there, as I've mentioned about 4 times now, through the massively high speed corner there, the right hander, down into 3rd, heavy braking down into 3rd there. You need to be very, very good on the brake pedal, probably want to run about 100% brake pressure around here, minimum front brake bias as well. Coming through the 2nd DRS, so now open to DRS quite late. Does Greg, he's 2.2 seconds down now on his qualifying, on his personal best lap. And see what else is on that. Got F1 Lover now coming through the first sector. He's 4 tenths up. It's going to be a very, very good time from F1 Lover. Or, no, I think he's just done on that, so that will be an in-lap then. It's got Aston now, 2 tenths up on his lap time. Coming through the 2nd sector now, coming towards the end of the lap. Can Aston improve through and take his 2nd pole position of the season? Can he make it 2 out of 3 so far? Very easy to navigate your lap here. Dan manages to keep it within the boundaries through the final massively banked corner now. With the DRS open, he's run out of DRS coming to the line. What's it going to be? It's a 1 minute 9.9. So only goes into 5th place then. And does Aston have enough tyres to get back to the pits, go out for a final run? And I believe we have a Mr. Tiger Assassin back.
Oh, I've never eaten food so fast in my life. Oh, my mouth is burning. But hello, everyone. Sorry about that. I had some unexpected food difficulties, but I'm here now, ready to commentate here in the Netherlands. And I've been watching Toussaint the entire time. It's really close up front. Some surprise drivers up there. Gregster and Captain Tangle up there, amongst the top 3 who we've seen battle in the previous races.
There must be, so out of the big 3, it looks like Rick Holt seems to be the most competitive today. Currently sat in 2nd place though. No one's able to dislodge Captain Tangle just yet. Got Rick Holt on a lap though, looking to fix that, I'm sure. Look at the speed he carries through that corner, Tiger. Almost a 10th up on his time now. Can he dislodge Captain Tangle from 1st place through the never-ending hairpin? That's what it's going to be called now. Short shift to 4th. Beautiful stuff there from Rick Holt. Hooks up the corner so nicely. Got a nice exit. And down towards this very tricky corner, down to 4th gear. Carried a lot of speed through the first part. Lead the speed off through the second part. Late apex now. Back on the power once again. Very easy to invalidate here again. Down to 4th gear to be a bit conservative. Runs the exit curve all the way around. And here we go now to the final corner. What's it going to be? It's just a straight dash to the line now. Hasn't managed to run out of ERS. It's 9.5 goes to pole. That's provisional pole then for Rick Holt.
It's a very good time there from Rick Holt. A 1 minute 9.5. I think we saw yesterday, Toussaint, in the weekend. Remember the weekend? He was here yesterday in the Dutch Grand Prix. I think we saw a driver get
official B2M is off the track. Sorry, Tiger.
Oh, he is at the top of sector 2 there.
J and B, has he got into them? Oh no!
Oh, there's a big accident happening over there. I think it looks like it's all sorted now, all cleared. But I believe a driver yesterday got into the 1 minute 9.2, if I'm not wrong. I believe it's the fastest time, maybe. So
something like that.
Might be able. These drivers might be able to push a little bit more and improve on their lap times. But Rick Holt leaning at the moment on 1 minute 9.5. Cass and Tangle a 10th behind him on 1 minute 9.6. Then it's Gregster. Really good quality from him at the moment, up into 3rd. Then Mr. Schumacher. Then Aston F1. Then my favourite name on the whole of all the F1 leagues, Speedy McSpeed, in 6th place. Just a 10th behind them. There's 200s, Toussaint, between Mr. Schumacher and Gregster. It's a really close grid we've got here this week.
Yeah, certainly. I think you've got the top 10 there all in the same second. I mean, all the way down to about 18th, it's only about 2.1 seconds, and that gap between 17th and 18th is the biggest gap between any 2 drivers, so definitely very close. You've got Speedy McSpeed and Spano have actually done identical lap times. Oh, there's a car off! There's a spin there. It's Ted.
Is it Ted? Oh, it is.
And he's spun his car back round the wrong way. I don't mean, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. That's just a camera angle. Sorry, Ted. Let's have a look here. Who's on a flying lap? Oh, keep an eye on Sammy 007 here. She's saying he was 4 tenths up in that sector split. Apparently, he's 8 tenths down now. Not sure what happened there. Who else is on a lap? Charlie is on a lap here. He's just coming through towards the end of the sector 1. I have no idea what any of these corners are called. I have no idea what any of them are numbered. I believe is this corner here turn 11 or is it turn 10? It's the virtue of a new track. I honestly couldn't tell you. I know they all have strange Dutch names as well. Which
is this turn 11 or is this turn 12?
Who are you watching?
I'm looking at Charlie here, who's just on a flying lap at the moment. I think he's just come through turn 12 there. I think yes, this is turn 13. Then he's round here for the final corner, turn 14. The banked corner. Will he be able to come across the line and improve on his time?
He's backed off, Tiger.
He backed off in the end.
Backed off at the line. As RC in the chat said that Schumacher won't have time to do his lap. I think he will. Coming through the final 2 corners now, about 55 seconds to go. Let's see what Mr. Schumacher can do. And currently in 4th position, Ted has retired from the session down in 14th place.
Yeah.
That's hugely disappointing for him.
I don't think Ted thought he couldn't improve any more than the time that he was on. So he is going to have to stick with 14th place. We've seen him do a big comeback. Will he be able to get one here?
As Schumacher had a big lock up into someone that's definitely cost him time now all the way through this first set. So he's got a car on the roof. That was a bit dicey from whoever that was. Let's have a look at
Mr. Schumacher's sector split as he comes round now towards the end of sector 1. There's also another car going slow. I can't see who that is. Let's see what he is. Oh, he's a 10th up. He's a 10th up on his time. That would put him ahead of Gregster, but I wonder how far Gregster's far down on his time to say. So
Gregster's not making enough improvement instead of making an impression.
At the moment, it's Mr. Schumacher who's going to be able to get ahead of Gregster. He needs to make up around about 3 to 4 tenths towards the end of this sector as he comes round the long hairpin of turn 12 now into turn 13, and he'll go around the long banked corner here of turn 14 as he comes down to the line. What will he do? Oh, he goes second for Mr. Schumacher, just behind Rick Holt. What's Rick Holt going to do? Rick Holt improved.
No, 9-4. Extends his advantage then at the top, but Aston...
Yeah, I think Rick Holt improved by 700. Let's have a look at Aston F1. What's he going to be able to do?
Off.
Oh, he has his back off.
Greg's still within a shout here. Could improve on his lap time still. Got Kasten Tengle's invalidated his lap though, Tiger. As Greg's is less than a 10th down in his personal best. So times are fine, but it's not impossible now through these final 2 sectors. He knows where he needs to find the time surely to try and get himself up into that top 3. Currently in the second row of the grid, got Rick Holt and Mr. Schumacher. Got 2 title contenders at the moment, 1st and 2nd. What can Greg's do to dislodge that? Can he get on the front row here? Through turn 13. Takes more cover than everyone else. Through turn 14 now. He's going to run it out to the line. He's run out of VRS. What's he going to be? 9.6 goes second.
Second, and he goes 400ths ahead of Mr. Schumacher. Mr. Schumacher, though, Kasten Tengle improved on his time Tuesday. Mr. Schumacher's only 200ths ahead of Kasten Tengle. This is so close.
And Gregster then does manage to get rid of Mr. Schumacher starting on the first row then. So you're going to have a bit of an upset here in the pecking order, definitely. You've got Rick Holt, Gregster, Mr. Schumacher, your top 3. Aston, who took pole last time out in China, had that first corner instant. He's down in 5th, Tiger.
Yes, and just realised that I got, not great for Aston F1, just realised that I got the corner numbers completely wrong. That final corner is turn 15. But I forgot all the names of the corners here. I'm going to try and pronounce some corner names. Here we go. So we've got Tarzenbosch. We've got Gerlachboch.
I feel like we're about to get slated by Dutchy in the comments. Or any Dutch person in the comments.
Is that... I don't even know. Okay, that one says Vodafone Box. That one genuinely says Vodafone Bosch. That one does. It's 10-11. Okay, so that corner's nice and easy. That one's called LDS. That's not. I like that one. Yeah, I believe that's the section turning 12 and 13, where the right-hander into the long, a long hairpin, the long left-hander. I believe that's called LDS. One of those corners. I'm going to play Dutchy in the chat now, having a go at me, because I've got a...
Yeah, he just said, Tiger, please stop. I like his ears are bleeding.
Don't worry, Dutchy, I won't pronounce any more of them for you. I'm sure you've heard enough of my... horrible pronunciation. But looking at the grid, though, Tuesday, it's mixed up this time. I mean, Kasten Tengle we saw out last week in China get up into sort of the mix of the top 3, but he's really put himself in the mix now, and him, and also Gregster. But that is the grid here. So Rick Holt starting on pole for this one, followed by Gregster in 2nd, Mr. Schumacher in 3rd, Kasten Tengle in 4th, Aston F1 in 5th, Speedy McSpeed, my favourite name ever, in 6th, Spannel in 7th, F1 Lover in 8th, Daniel Galdenzi in 9th, Charlie in 10th, JMB Surreal in 11th, Official B2M in 12th, Sammy in 13th, Swip JMB in 14th, Ted in 15th, Cresthold in 16th, Geek Fusion in 17th, and Vike D whatever Majig his name is.
You love to hear it. Hello to everyone in the chat. We've got 33 people still watching. Hello to Wolfie, saw in the chat. CURC8, I guess you've gone to watch the AC Milan game, you
RCA. No. We had this, when did we have this? Oh yeah, it was Holland Campion decided he wanted to go watch the NFL instead of watching F1. I was like,
I would have accepted if he was going to watch the 24 Hours of Le Mans, but not that. Hi, Jutsi.
Oh, there's Absolute 11 Jutsi in the chat.
Dutchie is speaking Dutch.
Yeah, there's people having a conversation. Yeah, there's people having a conversation in Dutch. I have no clue. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the sentences. It's even worse than pronouncing corner names.
Yeah, we do have some slightly overcast weather here. Could we see some rain?
Does the Dutch usually have rain? Dutchie,
yes.
Tell us in the chat, how often does it rain in the Netherlands?
About as much as it does in the UK, to be honest with you.
No, I would like a confirmed answer from the guy from the Netherlands,
from the resident
please.
Dutchman.
Yeah, the resident Dutchman. Can we have a weather report, please?
Charles Leclerc, you are now banned from all Gavra Racing Twitch streams for saying that comment.
Ooh, Casentangle.
No, I'm joking.
Disqualified. Must have made some contact. Remember, no damage under the safety car, but there is tyre wear now, Toussaint.
Safety car, Tiger.
Safety car? Formation lap. That's what I meant.
Alright, so just seeing what we have to go. So Rick Colt then, I think all drivers on the soft tyres, I think.
Black Country must in the chat saying good evening Tiger and Champ. I would take that.
Black Country. Yeah, I think, we've got 4 people going for the Contra strategy, Tiger. JMB Cyril, official B2N, Swip and Ted, all started on the medium tyres here. So we could see those 4 being very, very quick at the end here. But I'm sure Rick Holt will just be looking down into that turn 1 and relatively short run down towards turn 1
I have to say, we have seen Ted with the strategy before. We saw it in Bahrain, where he got that big comeback, got driver of the day in the end from it. Could we see comeback number 2 for Ted? I know I've been calling Baquaz Boy the comeback king in the weekend league. We know what he's done. Ted could potentially become the Academy comeback king if he can go from 15th to anywhere up in the grid. He's also got the likes of Swip JMB Surreal and Official ahead of him also on the mediums as the lights are counting down here in the Netherlands. It's every time with me and you, it just always, every single time, it just doesn't go. Every time. And there we go. Now the lights are out and away they go. And it's Rick Holt off to a good start. Aston F1 already off to a brilliant start. Casentangle has dropped all the way back. And someone's gone. That was lag. It was like.
Daniel Gaudenzi's off. Gaudenzi's off.
Oh, Gaudenzi's off at the back. It is. Oh, Swip's off as well. Swip JMB at the back. Look at the poor start Casentangle's had. He's all the way down at 9th, and he's defending from Official. I think he just got a really, really poor start off the line, because he just... someone looked like he was going down the inside there. Couldn't see who that was. But I think... there's some big lag from Charlie, but I think Casentangle, just a really bad start off the line, Toussaint. A lot of wheel spin, because in the end, actually, it dropped places instantly. All the way down the grid, and Aston F1 moving up into 4th place. He'll be looking to get past now. It's Casentangle getting back past Charlie, and Charlie might be causing a few little problems here with his lag, but hopefully
crucially, Tiger, Rick Holt exactly where he needs to be at the end of this first lap, and then he got that second buffer now. Back to Gregster in second. Mr. Schumacher needs to work on Gregster quickly. This is going to be a late move if he goes to Tiger down the inside. Can Gregster keep on? Yes. Schumacher gets on the curve.
Schumacher just rode the curb all the way round. I'm surprised he even managed to hold the car on there.
Yeah,
Interesting from Mr. Schumacher. What that has allowed now, though, is Aston F1 coming up behind here. Keep an eye on Speedy McSpeed here too, saying as he looked to the outside of Spannel. Looking for the move there.
We've got two cars going wheel to wheel though. F1 Lover and Charlie were thinking about it going into the high-speed right-hander, but B2M is actually going to go for it now into the high-speed right-hand, gets on the inside, gets the move done up into 9th place.
It's official, getting the move done.
The car off.
It's Fight the Lap.
And has managed to keep the engine going, gets back on track, but will fall to last.
Look how close to Speedy McSpeed is now. Oh, look at official B2M. He's going to be going for the move. Toussaint around the outside. Or have the inside line forced onto the gravel. And in the end, can't get the move done on F1 Lover, but tried it down the inside of turn 11, that is.
Gaudenzi's off. Gaudenzi off at the same corner.
Oh, it is.
As Rick Connor has that 1 second buffer now back towards Gregster, and Mr. Schumacher now caught back up onto the back of Gregster.
Yeah, I was just about to say that gap to Mr. Schumacher and Gregster really close now between both of those. Cassentangle, he's now looking all over the back of Speedy McSpeed.
Oh, there's been contact between Charlie
and
official B2M. He's gone for a 720-degree spin there. And just to keep everything going, all of his bits intact, all his front wing bits intact.
There was end plate flying off of someone's car.
It must have been official B2. No.
Who was it? I saw end plate. I can confirm that end plate did fly off of a car. Trying to figure out who it was. Was it one of the cars just slightly ahead? There was end plate. Is it F1 Lover?
I cannot see damage. No, his car was fine last time I looked.
I'm not sure then. I swear I saw an end plate fly across the track. Anyway, as we get back to the racing, someone's off again. It's Fight the Laugh again at the back. Oh, Speedy McSpeed now got passed by Cassentangle there. And Speedy McSpeed's now going to be trying to get the pass back. He will have DRS now. Will Speedy McSpeed be able to get close enough? He can't get close enough there. Cassentangle, however, will get closer to Spannel. But if we look up ahead as well, Mr. Schumacher getting closer to Gregster.
Oh, we've got yellows getting stepped on. JMB Surreal is off. And he's had a spin. No.
It's JMB Surreal round.
That was not incredibly clever by JMB. Spun the car back across the track in the path of another car. Shouldn't really be doing that, to be honest.
No contact between the drivers though, so in the end it was all okay. Look at Cassentangle here, Toussaint. All over the back of Spannel here. Might be able to get it done into this DRS zone here, the middle DRS zone in this track. We'll get a good exit out of turn 11. He's going to try it down into turn 12. Will he be able to get it done? Yeah, he's not close enough there. So he'll just try and hold it around 13. He wants to keep as close as he can behind Spannel here. As he's going to go on the curb a little bit there. Lost him a bit of time riding on that curb there, Toussaint. That would have affected his run down to the straight.
As Vike has gone off again at that corner, going very slowly through sector 2, dragged all of that gravel onto the track now. Got Geek Fuel, we've got official B2M now, and F1 Lover going at it. Official B2M makes that move up into 8th place. Cresthold and Sammy as well. Very well choreographed there, move there by Cresthold, effectively following B2M through with identical moves. Gaudenzi's in the pits now, so Daniel Gaudenzi in the pit. Keeps coming to a stop.
Was Gaudenzi the one with the damage?
They haven't got a wing ready. I think it's just for,
no, it is. It's soft to hard. Interesting from Gaudenzi. I'm not sure whether it'll work in a 25% race. I believe you can get those softs a little bit longer.
Well, certainly in theory, but maybe just wanted to get out of that dirty air, run to their own pace, try and get the undercut on the cars in front on those hard tyres, just push like hell now, try and go for that undercut strategy whilst the others are late to react. But Mr. Schumacher,
someone's
Vike's retired.
Oh, it is,
that's
sorry.
That's retirement.
Yeah, it's Vike the Laugh in the pit lane retiring.
But Mr. Schumacher now is
on the race.
Mr. Schumacher now is a lot closer to Gregster. Gregster has no DRS. Schumacher has DRS, has the overtake button, has the slipstream. Can he look this into turn 1? Not this time around, Tiger. No, but Cassentangle's going to look for it on Spannel and does get the move done down the inside.
Yeah, Cassentangle was close up behind. There's a lapped car there. Whoever
that's
that
bike.
Nah, is it Vike there? A little bit in the way there. To be fair. No, it's just the AI car of Vike, and in the end, Cass and Tango getting past. Oh, F1 Lovers, F1 Lovers had an incident. He's had an incident with Vike's car. It looks like to say.
Yeah,
he's got bad wing damage. Full safety car.
Vike's AI has brought out the safety car here, and that is a godsend for Mr. Schumacher, who doesn't now have to worry about that 3.4 second gap between himself and Gregson being closed down, because it's been done for him. But Rick Cole will be absolutely cursing under that helmet. I'm sure he can come in, get a free change of tyres here, get onto the medium tyres, so he won't lose his lead then. Still has a car between him and his nearest championship rival, but the reset button's been hit here, Tiger.
It has been, yeah. An interesting one there. Safety car coming out. I think there was a lot of debris on the track as well. I think F1 Lover lost a lot of his wing. He actually had, from what I saw when I switched to him, I knew he'd lost wing damage. Yeah, it's Mr. Schumacher's when it went into the back of Gregson there in the pit lane. But the only reason... The only reason why I noticed that F1 Lover had damage was because there was an end plate on the top of his halo. So I was like, I wonder where that's come from. And then off the front of his wing. But it looks like a lot of drivers coming in here for the medium tyres, and we all know that this is just a 25% race. They are able to do the
people
one stop.
On the inters. Cresswell's gone to the inters.
Wait, is it going to rain?
That is bold.
Is it raining?
Threshold must know something that we don't. The track still does look dry.
Dutchy, can we have a weather report, please? Dutchy, in the chat, we need an instant weather report.
That,
you do not reply.
No, it is raining, Tiger. It is raining. I just saw spots of rain. So has Threshold played an absolute blinder here?
Dutchy, the chat saying Tiger.
Intermediate tyres.
Dutchy, the chat saying Tiger rain. Thanks, Dutchy, for that one.
I think I just saw rain. I definitely saw some droplets. I
can't see any droplets on the screen. Oh, there is. No, it is. It is. It is raining. Yes.
Look at the car.
I can see. I can see. Yes.
So has Threshold done a big brain manoeuvre? Got on the inters early. Is it going to rain enough though?
The thing is though, now for Cresshold, he's stuck behind the safety car for these next few laps, so he doesn't have to worry about race pace for the moment on those inters. So this could could be really good for Cresshold, but he needs it to. He needs the heavens to open more if he wants that strategy to work.
I was about to say to you, I still think he needs this safety car to stay out for a couple more laps here, because right now it's not dry. Well, we've got damage under the safety car. Just sort of front end plate there.
Sammy hit the back of 10. It looked like. Into the pit. No, the pit stop strategy is giving me an intermediate tyre. So maybe it is time for the inters. Maybe it is time for the rain. Will we see people come into under this safety car? How good?
F1 Lover is in.
Look at this for official B2M. He hasn't come into the pits yet. He's in first. So if he comes in for the inters, he's only made a 1 stop compared to everyone else who's made the 2 stop. This is amazing.
This could be potential massive drama.
And do you know what? I feel like I've jinxed this, because I said yesterday to... I can't remember who I said to yesterday. I believe I said to Joe maybe in the stream yesterday. I said I've not commentated on a race as of yet so far in Gavra Racing this season on a wet race.
Tiger.
Here we are. We have a wet race.
Threshold has damage.
Threshold has damage.
Yeah, front left end plate damage, and that's going to put a massive sting in the tail for his hopes of potentially winning this race. He'll have to stop again for that, I would have thought.
Could be good for F1 Lover though, as he seems to be sliding about a bit. Is the rain still here?
Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap.
Will we see people come in, or will we see them stay out here to your said? This could be really good for the guys on the intermediates, or it could be really bad. We really don't know at this point.
Well, yeah, we've still got 10 laps left to run here, though. The rain is probably going to set in fairly quickly. It does do that on this game. Where does official B2M decide to go, then? On those 7-lap old medium tyres, this track has proved to be quite difficult to overtake on. You have to be a lot faster than the car in front, as B2M hasn't gone yet. He's going to leave to the last possible moment. He's doing a Valtteri Bottas. And he's gone now.
And he's gone now. Spanel got a... a time penalty there immediately. The pit window.
Oh, Schumacher's fallen down to 5th place. He's been hit. He's been hit by Captain Tangle. Schumacher's in the gravel.
Mr. Schumacher round.
I've got Captain Tangle off as well. Captain Tangle in the gravel as well, Tiger.
It looks like the guys on
drops to 17.
It looks like the guys on the intermediates here seem to be really struggling at the moment. Could we see Brazil 2008 here too soon? A mix of tyres between everyone. Is Daniel Ganduzi?
And F1 lover going wheel to wheel there. Those inters are not working, Tiger. They're not working at all.
I believe we've got a bit of a case of Brazil 2008 here too, Sid, is what it looks like. Some drivers opting for the wet tyres, the other one for the wet compounds, the other guys opting for the dry compounds. I believe too, Sid, it's those drivers who are on the inters. There's not enough rain at the moment for those to work.
Sorry, Tiger, I think Charlie's just got into the back of Geek Fusion. These to be having an epic battle now. So physical here. As
Geek
Rick
Fusion,
all over the back of official B2M.
Sammy ahead of Geek Fusion has got damage. He's got front left end plate damage. So this will allow Geek Fusion to gain.
Rick going to go down the inside of official B2M back into lead of this race. But for how much longer? Gregster now in 3rd. But for Rick Holt and Aston, sorry for the voice crack, this is massive for the championship. Mr. Schumacher in when you go to the Inter.
Pressholds retired.
Pressholds out.
Mr. Schumacher into the pits.
Schumacher goes to slick tyres. That's bold.
Ball from Mr. Schumacher. There's still, from what I can see, not enough rain yet to justify the wet compound of tyres. That's the intermediates and the full wet. Nothing to justify an intermediate stop as of yet. Those two drivers, who were near the bottom, one of them's actually come in for a set of softs. The other one, F1 Lover, has stayed out on the inters, but it seems to be raining harder now, Toussaint. I'm looking on the screen. I'm looking on the screen of F1 Lover. Could this have been a big mistake from Captain Tangle as he's just come in for a set of softs?
And Mr. Schumacher, don't forget, because if anything, Captain Tangle's made the right decision. He'll be on the grippier tyres in the wet conditions, even though they are sticks. Oh, we've got another driver, it's Galdenzi now again.
It is, it's
and nearly in the wall.
Galdenzi.
And the race controller have enabled DRS. It's obviously not raining that much still. We've got about 7 laps left. We still do not know how this race will pan out.
Oh, keep an eye on Charlie and JMB Surreal here as Charlie looked like he was getting the move. Swip getting the move done there on Geek Fusion. Sammy into the pits. I'm guessing that's for his wing damage. It is. That one's Ted up into 11th. Ted going for another comeback drive here, Toussaint. He's already up into 11th. As let's have a look here towards the top of the grid. Gregster gaining now on official B2M. Official B2M, it looks like he's either going to try and go to the end of this race, see if the rain falls any harder for him, so he doesn't have to pit for the softs, or he will have to come in for a set of soft tyres here. I think he's just waiting to see what happens in terms of the weather.
But Gregster's all over him, and he's able to brake so much later than official B2M.
This will allow Aston F1 behind now to gain.
But as I was saying before, Mr. Schumacher scoring 0 points at the moment. This is going to be huge for the championship here. They don't have that many races as well in the academy, so here comes Aston now to have the DRS open, has the overtake. But Gregster also has the DRS. It's going to be a late move from Aston that decides to stick in behind the car in front of the moment. But that move for Rick Holt was absolutely race critical. Had to get
keep
up
an
to
eye on the
first.
gap here, Ted. Ted and Geek Fusion here, Toussaint, going wheel to wheel with Ted. Get Ted easily. Getting the pass done before the corner, and up into the points goes Ted from after he qualified from outside of the points here. And he is on those fresh softs, and he's now going to try and catch up to Swip JMB here.
And F1 Lover just has absolutely no pace at the moment. This gamble has not worked at all, but you have to stick it out now.
I don't think the rain is coming down hard enough here to justify the intermediates at the moment.
It's a huge shame for F1 Lover. Made a bold call, just hasn't worked out today.
Can I just say, we had about 40 people watching at one point. We've had 200 comments already from everyone.
Wow.
Everyone going crazy in the comments. I believe there was an argument about assists that went on at one point. Sammy managing to get past F1 Lover. F1 Lover really struggling, but yeah, crazy from people in the chat. Yeah, there's a big assist argument going on at the moment in the chat.
Well, it doesn't matter right now because Greg says it's the post. He's been to
official B2M comes in.
Official B2M into the pit.
He almost did.
That got a bit dicey. Now we've got Aston all over the back of Gregster in front.
Unfortunate for official B2M though. He just picked up a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. Once you come out now, it's going to be about 10.
From what it looks like here, Toussaint, I'm just riding on board now with Aston F1 behind Gregster. Not enough rain at the moment for intermediates.
I think you're 100%, you're correct, Tiger. It's not enough. They still have enough grip out there on those medium tyres. 5 laps to go, though, it could still change. But F1 another 8 seconds out behind the car in front, but he just has to stick it out if he pits now. And it starts to rain more, and it's just going to be even worse for him. But here comes Aston now with the DRS and overtake button. Can he make a move on Greg?
He almost went later. He almost went late into the back of him again. She said it's all kicked off in the chat. I recommend you go and have a read of it. There's an argument going on at the moment about assist.
I'll probably read it in a bit once we see this overtake.
It's Aston F1. Will he go for the move now on Gregster? Gregster going to break the slipstream. Aston F1, will he be forced to the outside? Late on the brakes, he's going to go around the outside. Will he be able to get the pass done? Can't get the move done there. Gregster defending really well, actually. We've seen drivers dive it down the inside of this corner. I believe this turn 12. Oh, it's the back of him. Just hit the back of Gregster.
No damage. It looks like tough but fair there from Gregster. Had every right to do what he did to Aston. Not enough alongside there. Aston needs to force the issue now. He's got a limited amount of time here to get past Aston and potentially get after Gregster as well. Still is within that DRS threshold. But look at Speedy McSpeed has got the speed today, and he's closing that gap now to Aston. 1.1 seconds. Nearly got that DRS. Can he get his first podium here in the Academy Series?
Official B2M all over the back of F1 Lover picked up a 3-second time penalty. Official B2M
come in the pits.
Who's coming to the pit?
F1 Lover. Official B2M not going down the inside of JMB Surreal, putting those soft tyres to good use then, up into 7th place, 3.3 seconds behind Charlie in front. Let's see what you can do. 3 laps to go.
Swift getting the move.
Well. Very
just
sneaky.
Yeah, Swift following through there behind official B2M. There's still not enough rain at the moment. We have got 2 laps to go, 3 laps to go now. Ted getting the move done. Cassantengle's out. It's unfortunate for Cassantengle. He had such a good qualifying as well there.
Yeah, this race has just gone from bad to worse. So Cassantengle now is out of the race, but that's huge. Unfortunately, started in second. Going to be a DNF notched up against his name in this race. Unfortunately, still got the Jersey Sex too. Those have been cleared now. But look at Aston now, so close to Gregster. He can basically take that second place. He needs every point he can get against Mr. Schumacher and Rick Colt in the championship standings right now after that disappointing race in China.
Yeah, Aston F1. Just about to say that Aston F1 lost a lot of points out in China to his rivals. This will be a good time now to get back at Rick Holt and Mr. Schumacher. So Mr. Schumacher's all the way down in 12th at the moment.
So I was going to say, currently not scoring points, and doesn't look like he's going to score points today. It's a massive opportunity here for the other two in the championship hunt. Oh, but look at Aston now. This is the closest he's ever been to Gregster. With a DRS open, where can Gregster do? He's powerless to defend. Aston's going to go to the outside line. Can Gregster break later? He can break later. Going to go wheel to wheel into Tarzan. Here comes Aston now, going to keep it around the outside. He has kept the position, Tiger, up into second place for Aston. That is big for the championship today.
There goes Aston F1 into second place. He's going to pull back those championship points from last race from China. He is on a prowl here to get back into that championship battle between Rick Holt and Mr. Schumacher. A brilliant 3-way championship battle we've got, and a big mix-up here in this race is Mr. Schumacher down in 12th place, Aston F1 up into second, Speedy McSpeed not far behind Gregster now as well. He's just coming into the mix of this battle here. Ted really close up behind Swift JMB at the moment.
I can't help but feel we could still see some big drama in this race. The rain is really starting to calm down now. It's a lot heavier than it was a couple of laps ago. Drivers are starting to run out of grip. You just see the understeer that Ted has now behind Swift as well in that dirty air. Yeah,
just saw that there from Ted. Massive understeer. He just couldn't get the car to rotate around that corner. Wants to be careful too, saying they don't want to get on the curbs. We know how vicious the curbs are around this track, especially in wet conditions. On these slick tyres, they don't want to be riding on the curbs too much.
But here comes Ted now for the 4/10 of the second gap, but official B2M going to go for the move on Charlie down into turn 1, up into 6th place then.
Oh, Ted might look for the move. No, he couldn't get it done there, too far behind into turn 1.
Well, that's the points on out. The question here for Mr. Schumacher, he's slashed that gap down to JMB. Can he take 10th and salvage a point? What has been a race that went from good to
very defensive. Almost went into the pit wall.
Here comes Schumacher round the outside on the power. Oh, he's pushed him onto the curb.
Almost pushed him there.
Keeps his nose in there.
Mr. Schumacher almost went down the inside into turn 4, backed off. JMB Surreal really pushing Mr. Schumacher onto that. Onto the curb there. Sorry, I have to keep. If I start laughing, it's because I'm just reading the chat. It's very funny at the moment. There's an exciting battle going on in there.
And Mr. Schumacher then has 3 more chances now to get past JMB's Surreal, barring any mistakes from the driver in the blue car.
I was just about to say it's 2 laps remaining, but now we are on the final lap of this race. Rick Holt just coming over the start-finish line into turn 1. That means Mr. Schumacher now, he's got to get the move done for the 1.5 laps now. He's got to get the move done here on JMB Surreal.
Ted has had such a good exit off the final corner, but he's run out of ERS down the main straight. And he's not able to make the move on Swift, you would have thought, but Swift's gone wide. There's just no grip out there anymore of the wet line being formed now. Ted dropping back from JMB Surreal, needs to try and get this move done up and get himself up into 8th place.
Ted almost lost the back of his car there. He came off of that curb and almost lost the rear end. A touch of oversteer. Could have been more deadly if he'd taken more of the curb. So I'm saying here too, saying these drivers really need to stay off the curbs. It's difficult on this track, but the curbs are very vicious, and quite a lot of them, even in the dry, will spin the rear end of the car out.
Yeah, that's the red and white curbs as well, Lewis. As here comes Mr. Schumacher now off the undulating section for the final time here in the Academy Series of the Netherlands. Look at the amount of adjustments he's making to the steering wheel as they come through this section. Just shows you how tricky it is. Oh, massive understeer from Mr. Schumacher as Rick Holt has won the race. But he just kind of moved off from the rest of this pack today. He's been absolutely dominant, so we didn't catch that on camera for you, Rick Holt.
Yeah, Rick Holt wins. Aston F1 second. Gregster in third. Speedy McSpeed gets fourth. in 5th. Official B2M will take 5th. Let's have a look here. No, Charlie gets 5th. Spanel gets 7th. Swip gets 7th. Where will Ted come? 9th in the end. JMB Surreal now and Mr. Schumacher. The battle between these two. It depends on penalties. What will happen? Mr. Schumacher to the line. Oh, he just comes outside the points.
So no
points for Mr. Schumacher in this race, and that's going to be a big mix-up in the championship. Sammy will take 13th. Danielle Gaudenzi will take 14th. And it looks like everyone in the chat saying driver of the day to Ted once again for the comeback drive. Yeah. But what a race there, and we thought a couple of the drivers thinking it was going to rain, and it didn't happen. It was almost a replica of Brazil 2008 almost.
Well, to be fair, it did rain, but just not enough for those drivers to went to the intermediate tyres. Obviously, Creshold had that damage on the safety car as well, which definitely didn't help his cause. But yeah, bit of a crazy one there. Definitely one of probably the best races of the season for the Academy in terms of action.
Yeah, it was a big race for the Academy. There is your winner Rick Holt. Aston F1 in second. Gregster in the end on the podium. Well done to him. And a good result for Aston F1 actually too. He qualified in 5th and came on the podium in the end.
Yeah, certainly. But I think we have to bear a bit of a moment for Mr. Schumacher and for Carsten Tengel. Carsten Tengel second to a DNF in the race, and Schumacher after that safety car restart just got caught up in a turn on Malay. I'm sure the stewards have a look at that, see if anyone needs to be handed a penalty, but there's going to be a final standings then. So Rick Holt takes a massive leap towards the championship then, in first place for dominant display out here today. Only didn't lead for about 2 laps, getting past official B2M under the safety car. Got Aston F1. I
have to say, official B2M coming from 6th to 12th, moved up 6 positions. Swip 7th to 4th, it's 14th to 7th, moving up 7 positions. Ted 15th to 9th. So some drivers, some really good comebacks today.
And it definitely just goes to show in this league that qualifying definitely isn't anything, but official P2M, one of the standout performers in this race, definitely made that conscious strategy work, stayed out for a bit longer than he should have maybe after the safety car restart, but still managed to bring it back with some solid points in the championship definitely. But Mr. Schumacher, just outside of the points, when I say just, I mean just, by a tenth of a second, just failed to gain any points from this race, but a really fruitless experience, I'm sure, for Mr. Schumacher here at the Dutch Grand Prix. It's the only race of the season that he hasn't won so far. But yeah, that's going to round us off here in the Netherlands, I think.
Cheers, Black Country Mush in the chat. Everyone in the chat here. Woody, Dan Schneider's a driver of the day vote just popped up. It's going to be on there very quickly. And, oh, Gavra's put the top 3 in. Okay, interesting.
Okay.
Touchy says Tiger. Touchy says Tiger. This is typical Dutch weather, so unpredictable. So there was a huge argument in the chat too, saying if you want to just go and have a look through, but about drivers using different assists. As we all know, the drivers in Gavra Racing, the assists do change per league. So all the academy and freshmen are allowed ABS on, I believe. Medium traction.
Yeah, they're allowed ABS, medium traction control, and automatic gears.
And I believe, is it Premier? Are they allowed?
Premier
ABS?
are not allowed anti-lock brakes, but they are allowed medium traction control
and I believe also
and
the
automatic
Super League
gears. And it's the same for the Super League as well, yes.
Yeah. But yeah, that's going to end it off here in the academy for this race round the Netherlands, round 3. Be excited to see you all in round 4 next week. Same time, different place. Can't remember what the track is. It's good on me, isn't
Spain,
it?
Is it not?
Oh, it's an interesting one. Not great for overtaking. I can imagine the dirty air is going to be a big factor in that one, but we'll find out anyway next week. Make sure you join Toussaint. Yes, tomorrow.
Yes.
Toussaint and Natty tomorrow for the Freshman League. Just making sure he wasn't going to abandon Natty again and I would have to step in, but no.
Okay.
Toussaint and Natty tomorrow for the Freshman League, where they will also be in the Dutch Grand Prix. 50% race on that one. Maybe you guys might have some full reign in that one, 50% race.
Yeah, potentially. We don't normally get where they change to 25% races, but obviously the games had to make a bit of an exception for us there to give us a bit of edge of the seat action. That definitely made it a very tense race. I
have to say, Codemasters redeeming themselves in this one. I had no player IDs disappear on me at all in that race, which was fantastic. Even the lobby, even the grid leaderboard didn't even glitch as well. So overall, pretty successful race, I have to say. But yeah, if you haven't already, go subscribe to the YouTube channel. As we just reached over 1,000 subs. If you haven't already, go listen to our 1,000 sub podcast. It was live when we recorded it, and make sure you go and check that out. If you have a Twitch Prime, go subscribe to our Twitch channel. And thank you to Saint for joining me as always.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to be commentating with you, Tiger.
It's always a pleasure to be commentating with you, Mr. Turasan. And we will see everyone. Oh yeah, thanks to Gavra and his admin team, of course, as always, for organising all the leagues, making this all possible. And we will see you all next week.